I did a bad job at that. I got it all nice and like super professionally clean and round and straight and square and all that good stuff. You know, perfectly measured and all that. So I'm gonna start cutting out some rough panels. Probably make them a little big. Maybe tack weld them on and drop it in, see what happens. I was going to use this, but it's stupid thick. So I looked around and said, what else do I have? And I got this. When I did my scrap run, I forgot to take this. I was debating seeing if I could maybe sell it for like 20 bucks or whatever. If you don't recognize that color, it's off of my dad's truck. The clips are broken, typical clip things. Other than that, it's a functional tailgate. It's dented ding though, and blah blah blah. But I got a nicer one on the truck now. I don't need this one. Like I said, I was going to try to sell it for maybe 20 bucks or scrap it. But since it's Dad's truck, and this is Dad's car, and I need some metal that's not 4 inches thick. Boom. There's the new oil pan. I've got my pieces all fitted. I think they're pretty much ready to go. Get the welder all set up, probably tack them on and drop it in the car. Make sure it all fits. I know it's a lot of work to pull it in like 900 times, but better to do that than to do it once and it not fit and then have to start all over again. Well, I tacked it all up. Welder seems to be doing somewhat okay. It's got a little bit of porosity each tack. It seemed to be getting better. Maybe line's finally filling up or whatnot. I did turn it up a little bit. I had it at 23, put it up to 25. It seems to be doing okay. Put this on. Test fitted it. Dropped right in. It caught a little bit here going in, but once it was in, I had lots of room. And by lots of room, I mean like, you know, 1/8 of an inch tops. But yeah, it doesn't sit on the cross member here. It sits nice away here. It fits around my sump or pickup tube. If I was at Mopac, I talked to the guy about new sumps, and most car ones, they actually come down and back, not down in front. So maybe one day I'll get one of those in an actual proper pan. Who knows? I did find another issue while I was putting this together, and I got to address before it goes in fully. This is good right here. That's like all the good. It's just the bolts are loose, I'm hoping, so I'll do that. If you ever want to play a prank on somebody that you're building a car on, a really nasty prank, put the oil drain plug in upside down and put the pan on. Then you'll be able to fill it up. Whatnot. Oh yeah, your car's running. Good job. You can pick it up now, and then 6 months later when they need an oil change, they're like, problem. I mean, that'd be a mean joke, but funny one if it's like your ex-wife's new boyfriend you're building the car for or something or whatever. So yeah. She's welded up. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Grind down these a little bit. I was trying to get in here to be at least somewhat decent because I don't really want to grind down in there. I might just tip it with the grinder just to get some of the gunk off, but other than that, looks good down there. I'll have to clean all this up. Well, I didn't do too bad. Especially since considering I didn't clean any of this up. There's oil on the back side, so it's not getting proper welds on there, but did decent. I got greedy in a few spots and blew through. I haven't actually looked at the back side, so let's see how that is. No MIG wire coming through. I do see a pinhole of light, so I'll have to fix that up. I do plan on water testing this before I put it in the car and then put oil in it. All ground down, cleaned up. I could grind it more, make it look a little nicer, but the more you take off, the weaker it is, and I'd rather strength over looks, so I mean, worst case, if I really want to make this nice, I could fill it in with Bondo and sand it and blah blah blah, do some proper body work on it, but I mean, it's an oil pan, who cares? This part's going to get beat up anyways. I think I might actually make a skid plate for the car because it's really low, and the cross member that sits here is beat to hell already. But that's going to get beat to hell. This is all pounded out and extruded, so, you know, protruding, not extruding, you know, I hammered it with a hammer. It's good to go. Got some water in it. So got some water in it. Looks like I do have some drippies I gotta fill. Ooh, looks like I got a lot of drippies. Okay, I did a bad job at that. So I guess you shouldn't weld after you use brake clean and clean the oil pan and it leaks all over the ground. It's this high in flames. Got really warm on my leg, but just let it burn off. Okay, so welder's acting up again. Saying it's really hard to run some beads on here. So I said if I could just booger welded it. Warp the hell out of here, but don't really care. If it leaks again, which it will, I'm just gonna run some silicone over all of it, some RTB, call it a day, because now my welder's acting up, I'm getting frustrated with this. Boom, most professional looking pan you ever did see. Yeah, it was still leaking. Not as bad. It was 2 or 3 little droplets opposed to like 19 waterfalls earlier, but still didn't feel like turning the welder on and fixing those with the welder not working. So RTV it was. Loaded the whole thing. Went nuts. It'll probably flake off and eventually start leaking, so I will be probably saving up for a new pan and at some point pulling it out and putting the new pan on. At least it's not too bad with these old vehicles. So I hope nobody's actually watching this to learn things and how to do things properly. Because I definitely don't do anything the right way or properly. And even when I try, it still doesn't work out. See that thing back there? Yeah, that's part of my gasket. That's supposed to be back there. Tried to pop some of these bolts out, pry it down, but that RTV is holding. It is, it's on there, and that will leak. So I think the solution, without having to pull this whole thing apart, get a new gasket, use another 9 pounds of RTV, pull the flex plate back off, cut that chunk off, and then try to squish some RTV in there. And it's not like the rest of the pan's done properly or professionally or anything, so I think that's how we're gonna do it for now. Just another setback on something that should be simple. Just like new. And while I was back here, I noticed it says Hyper Pass. Short for High Performance Passenger? I don't know. Well, the pan fits beautifully. Lots of room all around. Well, I wouldn't say lots of room, but probably an eighth of the tightest spot. And that's with her sitting on her own weight on the cross member with the new bushing in. Yeah. Now that it's on its own weight, I thought I'd check out all my accessories on it. It looks amazing. Might have an issue though. It sits a little high, which I was already wondering about. I mean, the intake's fairly tall. I think a spacer in there. It's only a 1-inch spacer. I actually got a 3-inch I was debating putting on here. Might be able to put a shorter air cleaner. Might have to go without the spacer. Or we might have to go through the hood.